doing? This is Keith, the live rock star. I'm bringing you the best of 2010 for Beyond Raw Food. And unlike a lot of best of lists, these are not things that are new or released in 2010. These are things that are new to me or things that I felt during 2010. And this list is going to be wide. It's going to be raw food, it's going to be personalities, and it's going to be music, and it's going to be all the things that touched my life in 2010. Number one thing on the top of that list is person, and that of course is Truth Calkins. The guy is absolutely amazing. I have more or less come to a point of seeing him as my sort of, in the Hindu sense, my guru. And not the way people throw that guru word around, because I don't have multiple gurus, because most of the people I see, not that I have issues with them, but Truth is just a pure, well-rounded person, which really inspires me. And on that level, a lot of you probably don't know that Dr. Joseph Mercola met Truth for the first time, not the last David Wolf longevity event, but the one before that in March. And Dr. Mercola was quite blown away by Truth, and they had blood screens done of his work rather extensively, and found out that his stuff is up to snuff and is undeniably probably one of the best in the world. Number two would be a person again, and that would be the aforementioned Dr. Joseph Mercola. If you're not subscribed to his email mailings that he does on a regular basis, you should be. And this is a big thing that I'm throwing around, because there are people that are very extreme in this raw food movement that are saying, oh, do this, oh, do that for longevity. And what I'm saying, as being somebody that's 47 and why I'm blogging, I'm saying take a look at people, see where they're headed, especially if this is a new and radical thing. You need to see somebody over 40 to see where this is going. And frankly, I have gone off this whole pure raw food vegan thing, although I am basically a raw food vegan. Dr. Joseph Mercola is 58 years old. He is not a raw foodist. He is not vegan. And, you know, he was guest speaker at the David Wolf events in March, and he was at the last one in September. And you should just really take a good look at that guy, because he looks healthy. Okay, so our number three thing that I'm going to slip on over to is going to be music. And I've discovered something really awesome just in the last couple of months. I'm really into the singer from Sigur Rós, Jonsi, J-O-N-S-I. The J is said as a Y, Jonsi. And so I've always tried to like Sigur Rós. I'm not into them that much, but a friend introduced me to his solo work, and at the same time, which I hadn't known because I didn't really research it, found out that he was openly gay and has a boyfriend, Jonsi and Alex, and they are raw foodists. And the music that Jonsi is making, his new album Go, just came out in 2010, and I want to highly recommend that to anybody to check that out. And as well as you can check out their raw food videos on jonsiandalex.com. And they're real down-to-earth people. They do a lot of handmade art. Alex Summers, his boyfriend, is an awesome artist, and they are not your stereotypical gay guys, which I like a lot. They live in Iceland, and it's just awesome to see them. They're very out there and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go down my list. Another big thing in 2010 that I got into was supplements, and that's really going against the raw food vegan dogma. I got very much into mineralization. My videos, the Truth Calkins Ramadol, getting into the Mineral Life single mineral drinks, and the Morning Star mineral things like Vitality Boost and stuff like that. You can find minerallife.com and morningstarminerals.com. Those are all really good products. The other thing I did in 2010 was I broke my 30 years of being 34 years of being vegetarian and 25 years of being a vegan raw foodist. With Truth Calkins, I had raw chicken, and it was quite empowering. It really changed the way I was. I did that for a while, but then I really discovered that I only needed a little bit of that. And that's because my blood type is A positive, and you know, it's easy for somebody to be vegan. Truth, on the other hand, is O positive, and O positives usually need richer, more dense food. And the other thing to take into that, of course, is the Chinese elements. And that's another thing I discovered in 2010, is really that we're all very different. So the other thing, I guess I'll go back to music again, that I really got into in 2010 is Mars Volta. Really into that group. I'm really into music. I have absolutely hated rock and roll, or rock or guitar-oriented music for pretty much the last 20 years, with the exception of things like Jane's Addiction and Tool, and I think that's about it, and the rest can just go away as far as I'm concerned. A little love of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but Mars Volta, wow, that is an awesome band to check out. And also I love the work of Omar Rodiguez, Lopez, the guitar player. He has some awesome solo work. The other thing that is really awesome in 2010 that I thought was really empowering for me is the David Wolf longevity events. That has really become a gathering of the tribes. There was 2 of those this year, and I want to highly recommend to all of you to get out to the next one in April. And I'm looking for roommates to help me share the cost of my hotel room. I am working the tonic bar, and I'll be busy pretty much the whole time, just like I was the last time, but you need to, wherever you are, you need to find your way to Southern California in April to be at the David Wolf Longevity Now event. It is so worth it, and to get unified with the tribe and to meet people in person, the inspiration is awesome, absolutely awesome. Back together, and that would be my main personal axiom for 2010 that I learned, that I plan to apply to the rest of my life. That's don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because it's just good enough. You really need to think about something, about the way things are. And raw foodism is very much a black and white thing. Nothing is black and white. And so you should apply that to any part of your life, your diet and all that kind of thing. Extremities, there's always something good in something. And I don't eat cooked food, but I can tell you, if eating a little cooked food every now and then is going to help you to stay on your path, and it's going to be able to bring some happiness into your life, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So really is the marijuana, because my guru, Truth Calkins, is completely zero on the mind-altering substances, things like marijuana and all that stuff. But for me, I think in terms of shamanism, expanding your mind, creativity, a little weed here and there is a good thing for me. But I think that it's really good to have huge, long periods of not doing it, because for me, what I discovered, and I've seen this before, is not doing it, in my case, really helps. Like this whole body of ours is a big antenna for taking in messages from spirits, angels, and stuff like that. And myself, when I get to be a couple weeks of just being totally pure, my dreams are like vacations. They're very prophetic. They're all that kind of stuff. So for some of the other stuff I've discovered in 2010, I'm going to go into my kitchen and I'm going to tell you all about them. One of the things that I learned from Truth and his whole thing with Ramtha is chlorophyll. You can get this in the health food store. This is $11 for a 16-ounce bottle. Truth does 8 ounces of this stuff a day. This is a lot cheaper alternative to spirulina, chlorella, and a lot of that kind of stuff. So the DeSousa brand is the best. But also a good one is the Dr. Bernard Jemsens brand, and that kind of looks like this. This is not it. This is alfalfa pills, though. But it looks like this. And that one's kind of cool because it's got mint infused in it. And you can take the chlorophyll with a little water and, you know, all your minerals like the zinc and all your Mineral Life bottles. And I'm out of this stuff right now. But the Inner Vitality Boost from Morningstar Minerals. Mix that in a drink with that mint chlorophyll. Put a little stevia in there. And you kind of have this yummy mint drink. So another thing I learned is from Truth when I was hiking with him. Of course, we had a lot of talks while we were hiking. I was hung out with Truth away from the health world, or it's not too far. You can get away from the health world when you hang out with Truth. But I mean, away from the tonic bar, away from all of that, and we hung out. And I found out a bit this stuff from Truth, DMAE. Unfortunately, right now I can't remember what that is. I recommend that you Google it. This stuff basically helps to. It's a brain formula, and it can also one of the things that it helps do is get rid of wrinkles and stuff like that. And you can get this as a cream, DMAE cream. This really had a profound effect on sort of my brain getting a little better, like working when I'm with thoughts, because I was getting to the racing thoughts. You've always heard me talk about that, and with these amino acids and a lot of these isolated supplements, which is what this is. And yes, anybody that's followed Truth Calkins know that he used to be into whole food things, and now he's not. And of course, I'm following all of that stuff. The other thing I got into is the B vitamins, Be Right from Jaro. Great, great, great product. $13 a bottle. I filled with the Be Right all my amino acids, which are all those orange ones back in there. Something's really happened to me, and that is, I'm going to get onto this when I start with my whole anti-fruitarian, yes, supplements thing, is that with what happened with me was you don't realize that you've lost all this stuff that you once had in your youth until you put it back in you. Because as I said, I had a really good focus when I was a teenager. I used to have out-of-body experiences, astral projection basically. And then as I got into the work world, I was unable to really have proper meditations again. And then this year, when I started doing all these supplements, the minerals, the isolates with the DMAE, I think this is kind of a, I'm not sure if this is an amino acid. I don't think it is actually. It's just kind of a thing like serotonin, dopamine, that kind of thing. And all of the amino acids, and I'll get into the specifics of that once I go. So, I think that's about it. So that's 2010, the best of 2010 for Keith. And another thing is find your raw tribe, find your friends and meet them in person and talk to them, because I've done that a lot. And I've been an isolated person all my life. And I've just in the last year have started finding physical people, as well as my good friend Chris and all that kind of stuff. So this is Keith with the best of 2010 later on.